In this video, I will share with you how Navy SEALs turn adversity into victory. And this lesson comes from Admiral William McRaven, who was the commander of all Special Ops Forces. The lesson comes from Admiral McRaven's early days in SEAL training when he was a trainee himself. So once, while swimming off the island of Coronado during the SEAL training, McRaven and his SEAL buddy were performing really badly. They were performing poorly. They were struggling to keep up with the rest of the class in their swim, and the instructors were constantly yelling them, telling them that they were no good. And McRaven and his buddy ended up dead last in the race, and as a result of that, they were put on the circus list. So what's the circus? Well, if you failed at any event of the day during your SEAL training, your name was put on the list for the circus because you had failed. The circus was 2 additional hours of non-stop physical harassment by the instructors. They wanted to ensure that only the strongest survived. So this was 2 additional hours of exercise and workouts and obstacle courses and runs and swims and all sorts of things like that. And the circus was held every afternoon after the normal SEAL training had ended. And a lot of the cadets feared the circus, not only because it was additional pain, but it was a vicious circle of failure. If you came last on a day's event, then you were on the list for the circus. Then you had to do 2 additional hours of workout, 2 additional hours of calisthenics. And as a result, your body would be sore. And the next day, again, you would probably come out last. And as a result, again, you would be on circus list. And then again, your body would be sore from the 2 additional hours of workout, punishing workouts compared to everyone else. And now again, you would be dead last in this. So it was a vicious circle of failure that almost felt like it never ended. And McRaven and his SEAL buddy, they found the circuses just as punishing. Hundreds of flutter kicks, push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, 8-count builders. By the time they finished their circus, which they had to go through quite a lot, they could barely move their body. And a lot of cadets would quit because they couldn't handle the extra pain that was being brought on them, the extreme pain that was being brought on them, 2 additional hours of pain compared to what everyone else was going through. But McRaven was determined not to allow the circus to beat him. His mindset was, I will face it, I will grow stronger, this is a challenge. Now, finally, towards the end of the SEAL training, there was a 5-mile swim off the coast of San Clemente. This was required to graduate from the SEAL training. This was, again, another race. And when McRaven and his buddy finished the swim, they were completely exhausted. They were on the verge of hypothermia from the cold water. And when they reached the shore, the instructors were yelling at them all over again. And they told them that they had embarrassed their class yet again. But this time it was for a different reason. This time it was because they had finished way ahead of the rest of the class and they had made the remaining class look bad. So these guys, McRaven and his buddy, they went from dead last to first. What McRaven learned in this whole process was that the hardships of the circus actually made them stronger. The circus made their bodies stronger. The circus made it faster. Their swimming had improved as a result of going through that circus, and they had become mentally much tougher. They were able to handle adversity, and as a result, over time, they got ahead of the pack. What started as a punishment made them much stronger, much faster. And they went through a lot of hardship. They went through a lot of circuses, a lot of punishment. But it turned out to be one of the best things that happened to them. And this is the same lesson for all of us. At some point in life, we all are put through the circus. The question is not how hard or how long or how painful the circus or the adversity is. The question is, how will you respond to it? Remember, if you decide to live like a warrior, you cannot be afraid of the hardships or the crisis. Instead, you use the crisis or the circus to your advantage. You have to remember that life's circus is preparing you to handle life's challenges, the challenges and hardships you are trying to run away from. These challenges and the hardships are the ones that will make you stronger and better. There are 2 kinds of people in this world. The 99% mediocrity, the mental weaklings who are scared of the circus. They are hoping to never have to go through crisis or adversity or the circus. And they think of the crisis or adversity as something to run away from, to hide from. They give up in face of circus, in face of hardships, in face of crisis. They break down. On the other hand are the 1%, the winners, the warriors. These people understand that the circus is good for me. It strengthens me. These life's crises and obstacles and hardships and challenges are making me stronger and better. In the book, The Upside of Stress, Dr. Kelly McGonigal talks about this idea. She explains that there are two kinds of people. Some people think of a circus or an obstacle or a hardship as a threat, while others think of it as a challenge, and that makes all the difference. It's actually documented in research studies, so you can check out the mind map right here where we talk about it. What you just learned is one of the 250 plus mental toughness tips, tools, and strategies in our mental toughness book summary pack, where I have summarized the greatest books ever written on turning crisis into victory. You see, right now, as we're going through a global crisis, this is the most important skill we all need to develop, the ability to turn any crisis or hardship into victory. And that is why, for a limited time, I'm offering a steep discount on this mental toughness summary pack, which contains over 250 strategies on turning crisis into victory. However, this discount expires after Friday, May 1st. Let me tell you a little more about it. In the Mental Toughness Pack, you will learn how to crush obstacles, how to overcome challenges, and turn hardships into advantage, how to perform at your best under stress, pressure, and anxiety, how to build a warrior mindset so that you will become unstoppable, how to become truly courageous, how to handle life's challenges like a stoic, how to program your mind for extreme mental toughness, and most importantly, how to turn crisis into victory. All of this wisdom comes from the greatest mental toughness books ever written by some of the toughest people to have ever lived. From Stoic philosophers from 2,000 years ago to Holocaust survivors to world-class athletes, Harvard and Stanford University professors, world-class psychologists, research scientists, peak performance coaches, psychotherapists, spiritual leaders, Navy SEALs, MMA fighters, and so on and so forth. So, if you want access to over 250 great ideas just like the one you watched in this video, head on over to 2000books.com/extreme and use the coupon code YouTube to get this discount. The discount expires after Friday, May 1st, and the link is also in the description below. By the way, we have over 10 hours of no fluff mental toughness video and audio content in the Mental Toughness Pack, and you can check out samples of those videos at 2000books.com/extreme. Now, I want to make this a no-brainer offer for you. So I'm going to take away all of your risk. Here is all you need to do. Try out the Mental Toughness Pack for the next 180 days. If you do not feel that this Mental Toughness Pack has helped you overcome this crisis and adversity in any way, just let us know and we will refund you every penny you paid for it. Every single penny. So just head on over to 2000books.com/extreme and use the coupon code YouTube to get this discount. The discount expires after Friday, May 1st. All right, guys, I'm looking forward to helping you turn this crisis into victory.